Did you know that God is shaping and molding us during these tough times? That He is pushing us, He is prodding us, He is stretching us. He might even be squishing us into one-of-a-kind pieces of art who will be able to help others in their time of need and be more conformed to His image. You see, during these difficult times when we're being pushed and pulled in all different directions, we might think that God is picking on us or that He has left us. Neither one of those is true. In fact, He is using times like today to prepare us to be able to help others in their time of need, and for us to discover that there might be something bigger and more significant to our lives. Did you know that God knew us before we knew Him? Did you know that Scripture says that God knew us before He even created the heavens and the earth? If true, God had a picture in His mind's eye before you became a speck in your mama's eye. He knew your height. He knew where you're going to live. He knew where you were going to be born. He knew your parents. He knew what you were going to like and what you absolutely hate. He knew your temperament. He even knew why He put you on this earth. And that's something that's very interesting because all of us come from all different backgrounds. Some of us might be born in Europe or Africa or on the beaches of Malibu. Some of us come from abject poverty, and some of us come from enormous wealth. Some of us have different skin colors. Some of us speak different languages. But here's the remarkable thing, is that God works on each of us individually with His own hands, patiently and steadily shaping and molding us into the people that He has designed for us to be, so that we may be able to help others in their time of need. Do you remember that school teacher that made a lasting impact on you? I had two. One was a 6th grade teacher. Her name was Mrs. Clinton. She always had a smile on her face, a bounce in her step, and an optimistic attitude regardless of the situation that our chaotic class, would find ourselves in from time to time. The other was an economics professor in college, who the more time I spent with him, the more I recognized his brilliance and the way that he really understood the world, which helped shape me in the way that I understand the world. For you, it might be a parent, a coach, maybe even a boss. But regardless, God has shaped and molded each one of those people based on their circumstances and their situations in order for them to have an impact on you. How cool is that? So you might be asking yourselves, well, gosh, what is God doing in my life right now that I can pour into somebody else's life? Well, let me assure you, He's doing plenty. Take a moment or two and reflect on what He is doing in your life. And then begin to share that. If you have a family, with your spouse and with your kiddos. If you don't, maybe perhaps it's the people you work with or the people you love. Again, regardless, what you are doing is you are sharing your wisdom. You're sharing your story. You are sharing perhaps pieces of Scripture that have inspired you and encouraged you in very difficult times, that have allowed you to press on because you knew that God was with you, that He wasn't going to forsake you, nor was He going to abandon you. See, in these times, and particularly in America today, it seems like there's so much self-absorption and so much people just thinking about themselves. And yet God has not designed the world to be that way. He has designed us to help one another, to love one another, to encourage one another. You see, He is the potter who has taken a lump of clay and slowly and steadily shaped and molded that clay into a wonderful and beautiful work of art that will be able to impact other people's lives as they thank and glorify Him. That is perhaps the purpose of these difficult times. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and click subscribe down below. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, click on the links below. Have a terrific day, and we'll see you next time.